Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new edition of the One Stop Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Alex, and I'm joined this week by One Stop Wrestling's main man, Craig. Craig,
Hi,
how are
Alex.
you?
How you doing?
Very, very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really looking forward to this new series. We're going to take some retro reviews of some of the greatest matches in wrestling. And I think we're starting with a really good one this week, one of my favourites.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting new series. We are going to go through some real old school matches. We're going to watch them live and review them as we go along. And yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to sit through a Triple H match to start with, which is a real shame. But
What do
there
you
we
mean?
go. And it's also right in the midst of the Reign of Terror as well.
What Reign of Terror? There was never a Reign of Terror. We'll be through
Yeah,
this.
okay. Of course, you'd say that. Yeah. For those of you who haven't listened to us before, first of all, what are you doing? And second of all, Craig is the biggest Triple H fan for some unknown reason.
King
And
of Kings, Cerebral Assassin, 14-time world champion,
yeah,
greatest NXT general manager, done everything. Was there not to like Alex?
well, the Reign of Terror for starters, but let's just get into it. So, our first ever episode of the Retro Review, we're going to be doing Triple H versus Shawn Michaels for the World Heavyweight Championship at Armageddon 2002. Now, this match was a 3 stages of hell match, and I'm not going to lie, I've never seen this match.
This could be quite fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard the match is pretty good. So, I mean, the feud itself was quite acclaimed, really. Started off with Shawn's comeback in 2002. They briefly reformed DX until...
For 20 seconds.
Yeah, very, very, very short reunion until Hunter did his usual dastardly deed and turned on Shawn. They had a really, really good match, to be honest, at SummerSlam 2002, which Shawn Michaels won. The feud went on into Survivor Series with the first ever Elimination Chamber match, which again was another classic. Shawn emerged victorious in that and won his first world title since 1997. And yeah, the rematch was set for Armageddon the next month. And what did you make of the feud in general?
I mean, I loved the feud. We didn't think we were going to get Shawn back in a full-time capacity, given the back injuries from around 1997. So seeing him come back was fantastic. Again, to see him work with Triple H, I feel was the best thing. Triple H was going to ease him back into it, be a very safe worker for Shawn, with little risk to injuring the back again. I mean, there was always the risk that it could go wrong, but I think Triple H looked after him during this feud, and it was great. It was a good final payoff in this 3 stages of hell match. It was the first time that WWE had done this type of match. So yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I mean, well, they've done 2 out of 3 Falls matches before, but this is the first time they coined the 3 stages of hell moniker, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think it was great to see Shawn back. I think most fans would agree on that. And being 2 best friends off screen, well, on screen for a little bit when they formed DX, but yeah, always a safe bet to go with Triple H for his first major feud. So I'm ready when you are. Let's
ready. So
it.
For people watching, go to the WWE Network or Peacock if you're in the United States. Armageddon 2002. 2 hours, 4 minutes, 9 seconds if you want to watch along with us.
Yeah. Let's get cracking. This is quite a long match from what I've seen. So,
right. So, Alex, do you want to count us down from 3?
Yeah, let's do it. 2 minutes, 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 9 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
And there's my man Triple H coming out.
He actually got a little bit of a pop there.
Why did this surprise you?
He was a massive heel at this point.
Yeah, but this was like in the generation of when heels were cool.
I mean, you could say that. I suppose we hadn't gone massively exposed into the reign of terror yet. It was probably in the early stages. And he wasn't actually the world champion coming into this.
Right. I'm going to give you a really hot take here, right? So, as we're watching, Ric Flair is coming out with Triple H. This is very early birth of which would be Evolution. I think this was the best that Ric Flair has been used in 25 years, was putting him with Triple H. It was the best use of Ric Flair on television.
That is a hot take, a controversial one too. I mean, it definitely worked. Him with Triple H, the whole Evolution thing, they're arguably one of the best factions of all time. I can't deny that. And it worked perfectly because you had the top guy, you had the legend, and then the two young guys, although they weren't with them at this point. And it did work perfectly, really. And it paved the way for Randy Orton and Batista to become huge stars in the future.
Triple H with his thigh taped up. I'm going to assume that's coming out of the Elimination Chamber the previous month.
Oh, he suffered. I mean, his leg injuries are well documented with his torn quad in 2001, but he also got a horrific crushed larynx, didn't he, in the Elimination Chamber?
Yes, from an RVD frog splash that RVD just could not judge the distance. Recently spoke about that on his YouTube channel recently, actually.
Yeah. It was definitely, Triple H was way too close for that one. Here comes Shawn. Weird thing with the world title around his waist.
That hat needs to go, man. That hat should have stayed back in 1997.
At least he didn't come out with the brown tights that he did at Survivor Series in the Elimination Chamber.
I mean, nobody likes the brown pants, but they are quite iconic now.
Yeah, probably not for the right reasons, though. But everyone remembers them, like you said.
It's almost like when Triple H wore the purple tights. It was just all kinds of wrong, but you remember him wearing the purple tights in white boots.
Yes, that was WrestleMania 19 against Booker, wasn't it?
One of the best WrestleMania World Championship matches of all time.
Get fucked. One of the worst finishes to a world title match in WrestleMania history.
Booker T's selling from that pedigree was top notch.
Shut up. What a burial.
Take note, Young Bucks.
Okay, that's a whole other discussion for a whole other podcast, the Young Bucks selling. Let's not get started on that.
Oh, Rick seems quite agitated from Shawn. Oh.
Ric Flair's antics were amazing. This is when he started ripping his suit jacket off.
Oh, and there goes Flair. Flair's out. Flair has been thrown out of the no DQ match. I mean, at this point, what's stopping Flair coming back? Because none of these falls are like a normal wrestling match. I believe this one's the street fight. It's underway now. Shawn skimming the cat.
Classic Shawn Michaels move there, skinning the cat.
I think you mean vintage HBK.
Vintage. As Michael Cole would say, vintage. JR and King on commentary for this one. Probably the greatest. I mean, I was going to say the greatest commentary duo, but then you do have like Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan as well, who were awesome. But JR and King for years and years, one of the best.
I'm going to be very controversial here. I actually preferred Jim Ross with Paul Heyman.
That is controversial. There was a very short stint they had together, JR and Paul.
Yes, but it worked for me.
It worked with the whole WWF versus Alliance storyline as well. I mean, Paul's a genius on the mic, isn't he? So whatever he does is great.
I think you also have to throw Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan up in that conversation as well. I know you didn't watch much WCW.
I didn't
yourself, Alex.
I didn't.
But
No.
Heenan and Schiavone worked so well with Larry Zbyszko as a tandem.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I only know Tony Schiavone from his current AEW days.
So this match is out on the floor now, on the ramp. Triple H taking it to Shawn.
Yeah, he's brought a trash can out already. What's this? What's the first fall? Is it a street fight?
It's street fight.
Street fight, yeah. This is going to get ugly, I think. These two are renowned for bleeding in this era, so I can imagine we're going to see some of that. Like I said, I've never watched this match, so I'm quite excited for it.
Do you know what I really miss? Like, is these kind of like Armageddon stages? Because when you see the stage at the top of the ramp, you've got like the fire and stuff. It's like such a cool visual.
Yeah, they were always good, weren't they? Didn't they have some like big blades on one of them one of the years?
Backlash.
Oh, that was Backlash. Yeah.
I always a fan of New Year's Revolution as well. We only got a couple of the pay-per-views, but the dragon breathing the fire.
The Ruthless Aggression era was pretty good for stages because that's when they brought out the SmackDown fist as well.
Yes. Right. So Shawn's going for a cable here.
Yeah, I do remember Shawn taking a horrendous bump. I think that was on the "Do Not Try This at Home" videos, so we'll wait and see for that one. But yeah, Shawn's setting up the table. It's probably going to get used later on. I can't imagine they're going to blow the spot now. Oh, he's going for a suplex.
Triple H with the block. This crowd is really sold out. I'd love to know what the attendance was for this.
I'm sure I can find that for you. Only 9,000 people.
Oh, looks way more.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It was in
way more.
Office Depot Center in Sunrise, Florida.
That does surprise me that it's only 9,000.
Yeah.
Shawn's top rope here with a trash can.
Trash can in hand. He's going for something big.
Oh, Triple H blocks with the boot.
Oh, right in his face, yeah.
Shawn looks a bit stunned. What do you think Flair's doing backstage at this moment?
Probably freaking out at any official he can to try and get back in the match.
I reckon he's bloodied at least twice. Oh, 1, 2. No. Shawn kicks out there from that pin attempt.
Interesting reversal there.
So, as we mentioned, Triple H has his right thigh taped up. He's kind of selling that injury.
Yeah, what happened with that? Was that did they do an injury angle on Raw?
I think it's just like from Elimination Chamber. Man, it's been so long since I watched this match. Could have been from Raw. I'm going to guess it's coming out of the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And now we've got 2 tables set up here. So Triple H looking to suplex Shawn from the inside out through the tables. Come on, Hunter. Nope. Reversal from Shawn. God damn it. And a 2 count. I was always a fan of playing these games in the WWE games as well. When we started bringing these 3 stages of hell matches.
Oh, yeah, they were good fun, weren't they? Really good fun.
I think it was always like a competition to see how quickly you could make someone bleed in it.
They would have come out in the Here Comes the Pain, I think, would they?
Potentially. It's another thing to look into.
The greatest game of all time, by the way. Here Comes the Pain.
It wasn't, but okay.
It was. And if you haven't seen, we've done a top 10 wrestling video games of all time. Check it out on our website, onestopwrestling.com.
It's an infactual list, everybody. The real answer is SmackDown versus Raw 2007.
I had to get that on that list just for you.
I mean, it's the greatest game of all time.
It's not, but...
So, I think Triple H is setting this chair up in the ring to give Shawn a backdrop here onto the chair.
Yeah, targeting...
Shawn reverses and gives Triple H the backdrop into the chair.
Oh, yes.
Shawn's back. Sorry, Alex.
I was just going to say, Shawn's back was always a target, especially after his comeback, constantly focusing on the back.
See, watching this like last 45 seconds, you can just see that these 2 are 2 of the greatest of all time when it comes to the selling, the pacing of the match. Like, yes. Every move feels important here.
Yeah, I agree. Especially Shawn selling. Shawn was one of the best sellers. Some people didn't like Triple H's style around this point. Thought he may have been a bit slow, a bit too methodical.
But you're a heel. Slow it down.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense being the heel. And he was good. He was big enough and strong enough to look dominating when he would work over a body part, especially against Shawn Michaels. So, yeah, I mean, it's a reasonably, normal pace start to a match, really. They haven't gone at all guns blazing, which is good because they're, Shawn with a trash can lid.
Give this match. I mean, I don't see Meltzer giving this any more than probably half a star.
Yeah, we'll once we do our rating, we'll see what Meltzer gave it as well, and we'll compare.
So Triple H working on Shawn's knee now.
Yeah, Shawn just went for Sweet Chin Music.
Takes out the possibility of the super kick at least for the moment.
Again, good psychology, which is something that is seldom seen nowadays.
Oh, for sure.
Which really bugs me, to be honest. Stuff doesn't make sense anymore. This match is making sense so far.
What I liked about WWE at this time period was these matches, they weren't used to sell the name of a pay-per-view. They were literally used to end a feud.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had continuity in storylines, which led to these pay-per-view matches like this one. This was a feud that had been going on for months.
I think the biggest mistake they ever done was start bringing in themed pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell, TLC, Elimination Chamber, because these feuds were forced into these kind of matches.
Yeah, completely agree. Hell in the Cell got so watered down when they introduced the exclusive pay-per-view. Because you had like matches like Undertaker and CM Punk that were in the cell for no reason, like Mark Henry and Randy Orton. I could think of a few others, but yeah, there was no need for them to be in the cell.
I think if you're ever going to do these kind of pay-per-views, it has to be for the whole pay-per-view. I mean, if you look at something like TNA Lockdown, when every match is in the cage,
yeah,
it works.
I just don't think they should have done it, and I'm glad they've veered away from it now.
So Hunter's definitely working on Shawn's left knee here.
Yeah, good selling from Shawn. He was always one of the best at that.
Are you surprised that there's not been any blood yet?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, it's a street fight, isn't it? It's more like a straight wrestling match at the moment. Obviously, there's been a couple of weapon spots, but nothing too crazy. I mean, if this was an AEW match currently, there'd have been people flying through tables, jumping off stages, and about 4 people would be bleeding.
And 3 contract signings. 2 special announcements.
Tony Khan's major announcements. Again, that's a whole other topic, that is. Figure 4 leg lock. Learning from the best.
This move is so watered down now.
Do you think so? I don't see it that often, you know.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch it here, you feel that Shawn could tap out. When you see it now, it's almost a transitional move now.
To be honest, I can't remember the last time I saw someone tap out from a figure 4 leg lock.
Exactly. So I think it's kind of lost its meaning of ending a match.
Yeah, it was probably a very old school thing, wasn't it? Obviously made famous by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
It's almost the way of the DDT.
Yeah.
If you go back to the late 80s, people like Jake Roberts used the DDT as a finisher.
Everybody bloody does a DDT now.
Yep.
Same thing could be said for the super kick too.
Oh, the less said.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can even see in modern wrestling now that even moves like the tombstone are becoming less of a finisher and more of a transitional move.
Yeah, I think this issue is mainly in AEW.
I don't think it's just in AEW. I mean, you see like Kazuchika Okada uses a tombstone. Billy Starks used a tombstone on the Indies. MGF.
Oh,
that was some crack over the head.
Can laid right in the head.
Something we won't see certainly in WWE anymore.
No, that looked like it sucked.
I mean, those trash cans are quite flimsy, but still, that looked.
They are, but you wouldn't want to take one to the head like that, would you? Triple H is dominating this match at the moment.
Yeah, he's got Shawn out here on the ramp, head first into the barricade. The one thing I always notice when you watch these matches back is like the ramp looks so painful. that if you get dropped on it, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And then you bring them up to the top when you've got like this elaborate stage, like fire around in it. It looks so cool, and you could do some amount of damage here. You just don't get that now with these new kind of like HD sets.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, how much we're comparing this match to modern day wrestling, because there is a vast difference, even from the set, the ramp. Shawn there just got driven into some steel on the top of the ramp. The pacing of the match, the moves.
Do you think it's because obviously we see a lot of like bits of paper? Oh, and here comes this sledgehammer, surrounded by barbed wire.
Oh, someone's gonna bleed.
Triple H obviously using this from his days feuding with Cactus Jack, and he's like, "Oh wait, oh I see the fire."
Yeah, he stopped. He was gonna whack Shawn. He stopped, turned round. That's why the fire is on that stage.
Oh, will you look at it? Somebody's pressing that pyro button backstage.
Fire extinguisher nicely sat down next to it, just in case anything goes wrong.
And now we have a Fleming 2x4 covered in barbed wire.
Yeah. This is Attitude Era-esque.
This is definitely a throwback to his feud with Cactus Jack.
Yeah, yeah. And that epic street fight.
Oh man, that 2x4 nearly went into the crowd.
Some people can feel the heat there in the front row. It's right by them. Shawn's got it now.
Buy a ticket. You don't know if you're going to get set on fire.
Oh. Just hit Triple H right in the face with the barbed wire. Camera is focused on the barbed wire and Shawn, which can only mean Triple H is blading, I would imagine. Yeah. Triple H is covered in blood. Oh, I mean, that did look like he took that right in the face. Match has swung in Shawn's favour now.
So, yep. Now we've got the blood.
I mean, they've been going at it for quite a while in this first fall. Triple H begging off like the cowardly heel he is.
So for reference here, I've been attacked by a wasp. I mean, how are wasps even alive at this point of the year? So I've discreetly opened my door. It's the best commentary I can give you here. Got two matches going on. Somebody with the Brett got screwed sign here in the crowd.
Oh, I just saw that, yeah. I mean, that went on for years, didn't it?
I mean, it's still going on.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
This will go on longer than the hatred that Brett has for Goldberg.
I mean, Brett was involved in some stuff.
Triple H just for that drop toe hold, Shawn face first into that chair.
Yeah.
Bit wobbly leg there. Nice DDT.
Triple H did do a good DDT. I'll give him that. And they're both selling now. It feels like this first fall is going to come to a conclusion pretty soon. Earl Hebner counting. Probably one of the greatest refs of all time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could literally start a Hall of Fame for refereeing and have him number one
I think he'd have to be number one, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah, for absolute sure.
Oh, Shawn goes low. Classic flying forearm from Shawn, which can only mean he's going to kip up. Straight back down with a chop block.
Good news. I killed the Wasp. Well, I don't think I killed it. I let it go. But I defeated it. And Triple H with the first fall.
Pedigree and a clean first fall victory for Triple H off the pedigree.
I can't believe this is our first show and I was attacked by a Wasp.
I think that's karma, really, for being a mad Triple H fan.
All right, so Triple H is getting this table out during the kind of breathing minute of this match.
Steel cage match for the second fall.
This is definitely going to keep Rick out of this one.
You say that. This is one thing I hate about cage matches, the interference that happens, because it should never fucking happen. It's a cage match. So Howard Finkel just announced you can win by pinfall or escape. So
how do you feel about that?
What, a pinfall inside a cage, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, traditionally, they're always used to escape them. But I think it adds to the drama of a match because you can create some dramatic near falls.
Oh, and this is Triple H still beating down Shawn here while the cage is coming down.
Yeah, trash can right in the head. Lots of headshots in this, which, like you said, we will not see in today's WWE.
I miss this cage so much.
Oh my God, yeah. This was the best looking cage.
I do not like the modern day cages, elimination chambers, or Hell in a Cells.
I completely agree. It's almost like they're made safer, isn't it?
Which I get, which is great because you kind of extend wrestlers' careers.
Yes. But they don't look anywhere near as good. I mean, the giant red Hell in a Cell is just ridiculous.
Yes. And this cage really looks like you could do some damage to someone.
Yeah, if you got whipped into that, it would hurt.
And Shawn face first into that cage.
Yeah, classic catapult move. I wonder if Shawn's going to blade now.
Yo, there you go. There's your answer right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, camera was focused on the game there. So, yeah, Shawn's now bleeding.
And that was something that WWE was so good that day. It was so good at hiding the fact that people would bleed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, if you're smart, if you've watched a lot of WWE like I have, and you kind of know when the blading is going to come because the camera just goes to the other person. But it's exactly what they need to do. You don't want to see someone take a blade out and cut their heads, do you?
I mean, they were always good at hiding the blading, but they could never cover up John Cena calling shots.
And he still did that. He still does that to this day, as he did at Crown Jewel last weekend. For those of you who are wondering, we are recording November the 9th, just a week after Crown Jewel.
And it's fucking cold.
And it's very cold in England. And it's wet and miserable.
It's almost like being back home.
Yeah, Scotland's probably a lot worse, to be fair. Shawn is bleeding quite a lot here.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be anywhere near that infamous Muta scale at any point in this match. But yeah, lots of blood.
I don't know what you meant by that, but
you don't know what the Muta scale is?
No.
Okay, so that's your homework. for when you get off this podcast. Google the Muta scale. It's basically a match that the Great Muta had. He lost so much blood, and people kind of use it as a reference to see if people lost that much blood.
Okay. I mean, okay, since as I haven't seen it, compare Muta to Eddie Guerrero at Judgment Day 2004 against JBL.
Eddie's nowhere near it.
Really? Eddie was pouring in that
match.
match.
Eddie was pouring, but Eddie was not on that Muta scale.
Jesus Christ. Not sure I want to see that. I mean, there's a lot of weapons left in this ring at the moment. We've got about 3 chairs, 2 trash cans, a table in the corner.
It kind of reminds me a bit like Lethal Lockdown. That you'd have as the main event of TNA Lockdown with the cage and the roof, but you'd all have like the weapons to use.
I mean, they often did this in this era, though. They utilised weapons to make it more entertaining. Triple H is going for an escape.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to escape here.
No, that would be a huge anticlimax if he were to.
So, for someone who's not watched this match, are you assuming that... this Flair? I didn't see him popping back out there.
Oh, yes.
So, for someone who hasn't watched this match, are you assuming that Shawn's going to win this fall so we can go to the third and final fall?
100%. 100%. Very rare they did 2 straight, especially in a world title match with 2 of the best, 2 of the main event guys at that time. Yeah, I think Shawn's going to win this fall.
And Rick's getting another table out here. So,
he's going to stack them, I think, isn't he?
3 tables set up here. So,
we were always going to see Ric Flair back, weren't we?
Of course. So you've got 2 tables with 1 table set up on top of them.
Yeah.
Shawn's hanging from the cage. Hunter's pulling them back in.
And Flair is getting another table out. I mean, this is a solid match so far. I'm quite enjoying this.
This is why I said we'd pick this first.
Nothing to do with the fact it's Triple H.
No, it's a fantastic match. Indeed, one of the best feuds from the Ruthless Aggression era.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. And it was 2002 was a great year for WWE in general, I think, in terms of feuds and Triple H taking a crotch shot there on the top rope. And
the one thing I will say here is Flair looks so good.
He usually has a suit jacket, though. Well, I imagine Flair in his deranged state would have ripped that off at some point and launched it at someone.
He looks very healthy here.
He does. He's what, in his early 50s here?
I believe so.
Flair's trying to get into the cage here.
Oh, he's in, and the steel cage that was meant to keep Flair out.
Shocking refereeing from Jack Dome there. Flair's gone for Shawn with a steel chair. Now he's getting his arse handed to him. Triple H has nearly escaped through the door.
Ooh!
Jesus.
And Flair's bleeding.
Oh, yeah. Double chair shot from Shawn. 1 to Triple H, 1 to Flair.
And you can see that blood.
Yeah, Flair's bleeding. You can see it clearly now.
I think having that natural blonde hair always helped when it came to Flair bleeding.
Oh, it really did, didn't it? It
always made it look worse than what it was.
Yeah. And he loved bleeding, didn't he, Flair? He loved it. I mean, Shawn's just beating the crap out of Flair here.
Oh, pedigree on the chair. Oh, no, the chair's been kicked. And it's a backdrop anyway.
Yeah, Shawn kind of took his eye off Hunter there for a minute.
Switch your music to Flair. Switch your music to Hunter.
Yeah.
Didn't really catch Hunter very well there. It was more like on the chest.
It usually looks like lower jaw, but what's Shawn doing now? He's grabbing the table. No cover. Could have gone for the cover there.
Could have just walked out.
Or walked out, either or.
He don't want to cause some pain here to Hunter.
Yeah, and JR very smartly referencing that, saying that was a mistake from Shawn. And he's setting Hunter on the table.
Oh, Shawn's climbing up here. This feels like it could be a moonsault from the top through the table.
Oh, no way.
Or an elbow drop.
No way.
Oh, it's a splash through the table.
Oh, nice. I mean, he sort of dropped on him, but there it is. Second fall goes to HBK off the splash through the table.
How many times do you think Shawn's won a match from a splash?
That must have been one of the only times. I mean, he sort of dropped on him, if anything. He didn't exactly like jump onto him, but sweet chin music.
Do you feel like it was a bucket list moment that you wanted to win a match?
With a frog splash.
That very Superfly Jimmy Snooker-esque splash.
Didn't quite dive as high as Superfly, though. So the cage is going back up. The final fall is a ladder match.
This ring apron's getting pretty much covered in blood now from Flair.
Yeah, Flair's bleeding profusely, really. He's getting carried out now by the refs. So, I mean, we've had a street fight, a cage match, and now a ladder match. I mean, those are three brutal matches, really.
And I think it really emphasized what this WWE wanted from this 3 Stages of Hell match.
Yeah, brutality. I mean, for me, my favorite type of match like that was Triple H versus Steve Austin at No Way Out 2001. If you remember that one.
It's been a while since I've watched it. I do remember it, but it has been a good number of years since I've watched it.
And again, quite similar, really, like a long feud that was paid off in that style of match. And it was pretty similar. They both sort of, I mean, beat the hell out of each other, really. Both bled, lots of weapons. Everything you need for a blow-off to a feud. So Triple H has taken the first ladder bump, getting thrown into it.
I feel like one of these episodes we should do Shawn versus Hogan from SummerSlam.
So we can just reminisce.
I think I could bring in some comedy value to the show.
Shawn's amazing overselling.
Do you feel sometimes that the first time that Dolph Ziggler ever watched Shawn was in that match with some of Dolph selling?
That's how we learned to sell like he did.
He was in that crowd in 2005.
I mean, Shawn was really going overkill in that match, wasn't he?
Oh, suplex onto the ladder there.
Yeah.
Looks in pain.
That looked like it hurt. I mean, it must suck to take a suplex, even like a standing suplex onto a ladder.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Things have slowed down a little bit with Flair being carried out. I mean, they're both wounded at the moment, aren't they? They're both used up a lot of energy. But this is what I like. They're still selling, which is great. They're not just getting up, deep into a match like this and doing everything 100 miles an hour. It makes sense.
Do you feel that Shawn is the greatest wrestler to ever wrestle in a ladder match? I mean, I know people are always going about the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
But do you feel that Shawn made the ladder match what it was?
Oh, that is a difficult question to answer because obviously he...
You never seen him in a bad ladder match?
No, I mean, obviously the two with Razor, WrestleMania 10 and SummerSlam 95, which were iconic, kind of put that match on the map.
Pedigree?
Go on.
Pedigree there.
Pedigree, yeah.
I think you've also got to throw in the match with Chris Jericho as well.
Yeah, No Mercy 2008.
That was such an amazing feud.
That was a brilliant feud and a brilliant match. The Dudleys, Hardys, Edge and Christian, they were a bit different. They were more car crash ladder match, weren't they? There was a bit more psychology involved in Shawn's, probably because they were one-on-one matches, but a bit different when you've got 6 guys who can all just take ridiculous bumps. And I mean,
they're also wrestling today, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So Hunter's climbing this ladder.
Very slowly.
So in this time period, what title do you think meant more? The World Heavyweight Championship on Raw or the WWE Championship on SmackDown?
So 100% the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw. 100%. That only really changed when John Cena won the WWE title. It felt like the WWE title was always secondary.
Even when the likes of Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, The Undertaker had that title?
Yeah, it did. I don't know what it was. And the World Heavyweight title seemed to main event more pay-per-views. Like 2003, you had like Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar who were feuding for the WWE title, but the dual-branded shows were mainly closed out by the likes of Goldberg and Triple H. WrestleMania 19 being an exception because Brock Lesnar won the Royal Rumble. But yeah, in general, the World Heavyweight title felt like more important. And that only really changed, like I said, when John Cena became the WWE champion.
So Shawn's coming up here very slow. He's got a chance to take this championship.
Yeah, he's just hit Hunter with a sweet chin music, and he's rolled out to the floor. Shawn's up there.
Oh, through the tables.
Jesus. Oh, that looked like it sucked. Oh, Shawn just took the bump. He missed through the 4 tables. He missed the first one, I think. Big holy shit chant. Oh, that looked like a bad landing for Shawn there.
Can he get back in the ring?
Yeah, he looks dead at the moment. Triple H is climbing.
Very slowly.
As he should, because he's been through a war. This is Triple H's. He's got it, I think. Shawn's just taken a brutal bump.
And there you go.
We've got a new World Heavyweight Champion. Shawn is still dead on the floor.
Shawn's out.
That looked like a sick bump. That is the one we see on the Don't Try This at Home videos around this time.
Should we try it?
You can. I'll push you off.
I mean, Rohit lives in Birmingham. I'm sure we can get him and we can put him off a ladder through these tables. We won't tell him it's happening.
I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Big traditional Triple H pose on the top of the ladder with the title. Probably to fans' chagrin there that Shawn only held the belt for a month. Here's the replay of that table spot. Oh, God.
The one thing I like about Shawn Michaels' comeback here in 2002 is, he won this championship, but he never needed the title, and he did elevate whoever he worked with.
Completely agree. That was the only time he ever held the world title during his comeback.
I mean, if you look at the likes of the feud with Chris Jericho, he helped elevate Jericho to that main event level status.
Yeah, he helped give John Cena one of his, first classic matches at WrestleMania.
And there we go. That was the main event of Armageddon 2002.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty good match, really. I wouldn't say it was as good as the SummerSlam match or the Elimination Chamber the month prior, but I mean, pretty solid match. Good psychology, good pacing. Some of the spots look pretty wicked with especially the table one at the end.
So, what match rating are you going to give it?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go 3.5 stars for that.
I'm going 4.
I knew you'd go higher than me. All right, let's meet in the middle then. Let's go 3. Can we do 3.75?
We'll do 3.95 and we'll have a deal.
Well, the average of our ratings was 3.75, so it's somewhere in that ballpark.
We will go with 3.75. We will agree on that.
Meltzer, guess what Meltzer gave this match?
Is it going to be 2?
2 stars. Meltzer gave that match 2 stars.
For fuck's sake.
And here he is in 2023 handing out 5 stars and 6 stars like they mean nothing.
To anybody who's still listening to this is why you do not take anyone's star ratings seriously, including ours.
Absolutely. I mean, it's purely a personal opinion.
Absolutely.
It's just for fun, and Meltzer, people put stock in his because he gets so many readers for the Wrestling Observer, and yeah, I mean 2 stars seems very harsh for this match. But
I mean, I don't even care. I don't even want the context of why I give it 2 stars. As Eric Bischoff would say, "Fuck Meltzer."
It was better than 2 stars. Come on, I mean,
I feel like Meltzer at this point was just hating because WCW had gone.
Yeah, probably, and he probably wasn't a massive Triple H fan anyway.
No, but that was a good match. It was solid. It ended the feud.
Yeah, first time I've ever seen it. It was decent. Not like anything that blew me away, but very solid. And the feud made the match a lot better in that sense because it was a great feud and great story going into it.
Absolutely. Well, this has been fun, Alex. I've really enjoyed this first episode.
It has been fun. We will have to decide what our next one will be. We might even put it to our Facebook group to see what they think. But we'll definitely come up with another match, and we're hoping to make this show a weekly thing. So, yeah, brand new retro review. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure doing this, and please, guys, check it out on YouTube. Go and watch the match yourself while we're doing it.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Yeah, subscribe to our channel as well. It really, really helps. And yeah, Craig, this has been a pleasure.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Alex, enjoy your day. And we'll catch you next time.
We will see everybody on the next retro review.
Take care.
Take care.